going to look at the missing BVDs. 4 suspects remanded into police custody as NDC demands probe. Now, the story here is on citinewsroom.com. 4 persons arrested for allegedly stealing EC laptops remanded. Now, the 4 persons arrested for the theft of biometric voter registration kits of the Electoral Commission have been charged with 4 counts of stealing and dishonestly receiving. Now, they have been remanded into police custody. Now, 3 of the accused persons are officials of the Electoral Commission, while 1 is a student. The 3 Electoral Commission staff members are Philip Latte, a laborer, Benjamin Fiani, a security officer, and Joseph Blankson Adumaji, who is a database administrator, all with the Electoral Commission. Now, the 3 staff of the commission have been charged with counts of stealing and conspiracy to steal, while the student, Clifford Yeboah, has been charged with a count of dishonestly receiving. Now, the 4 have pleaded not guilty to the counts. According to the facts of the case, 5 Dell laptops, part of the biometric voter registration kits, which comprise a laptop, printer, a scanner, battery, and a biometric device, were reportedly stolen. Now, let me come to, the story goes on, to talk further about the issue, but let me come to Eric.
Yeah.
In terms of the case as it is, on the face of it, what are your thoughts?
Thank you. In the first place, my thoughts are that, and not only my thoughts, but the thoughts of my party, the NDC, is that the Electoral Commission has proven to be not trustworthy to be the custodian of the gadgets in their possession. If you recall, the minority raised an alarm on this matter. The Electoral Commission came out immediately to deny that there was no such thing. Here lies a case, we're talking of a case against the student of being dishonest and receiving something. And if people will be charged for dishonesty, then the Electoral Commission is liable for that as well. And it gives one reason to doubt the fairness and the objectiveness of the umpire going into election 2024, so had it not been the NDC minority who came out to blow their top that they have got wind of the fact that some BVDs got missing, the EC would have been quiet. It is the reason why we've raised over 35 questions asking what time this happened, footage of the CCTV, how was it logged in, when did they report to the police, who, and all of that, for us to be so sure that this was not an attempt by the EC itself to orchestrate an exercise elsewhere ahead of the actual exercise. Yes. Because there's reason for us now to start propounding all manner of theories, especially because the EC, in their usual very childish manner, came out to deny the allegations by the minority at the time. Now they have turned around only to confirm that it is indeed true, so there must be footages to show how this was stolen, because the EC premises is very well secured. When did this happen? The receipts covering the serial numbers, at what time did they, so what evidence did they allude to arrest these so-called 4 people? Because to the best of our knowledge, we are not even interested in these 4 people they have actually arrested. This could also be very orchestrated. It could also be orchestrated. The concern should rather be answering the 35 questions, which would immediately be able to help us arrive at a solution. This is not in any way to throw doubt over the police in the discharge of their duties. But this is Ghana, and we have seen how certain matters have been dealt with over time. And so if in a hurried manner you go and just pick some 3-4 people somewhere so that you would convince us that prosecution is ongoing and this can take forever, whilst we cannot doubt, we cannot trust the integrity of the Electoral Commission. And you see, it tells you, I am sorry but to say that we have too many square pegs in round holes who do not even want to listen to discerning voice or good advice. Because one would ask, so why was the EC denying this story when it broke? a story you denied happened, suddenly you've now confirmed that it happened and therefore you've reported to the police. When did you detect that this happened? When did you report to the police? Who reported? Where is the police extract to show that you reported at what time? All this evidence will bring to finality the truth of the matter. If not, this is just another cock and bull story being cooked by the Electoral Commission and being aided by assigns who feel it is convenient for them. But it is just instructive also to say that any person who in any way want to aid any process to usurp the will of the people come December 7th will be dealt with according to the will of the people. Reason being that any attempt by anybody to usurp a democratic will of the people is an affront to the Constitution, and such fellow or fellows will be left to the whims and caprices of Ghanaians.
Interesting. We're just talking about the missing BVDs, the biometric verification devices. Of course, it's beyond just the devices alone. It's the biometric voter registration kits, the entire kit system. And 4 persons have been remanded into police custody, and the NDC is demanding a deeper probe into the issue. Before we went for the break, Elikem Kotoko gave his thoughts on it. Let me just find out from Awal what he makes of where we find ourselves now.
Yes. Okay, so there is a saying in Tree that if you cannot really carry your load, you blame it on the kashri. I don't know how to use it. I believe that DNDC is blowing this out of proportion. I just read a statement from the EC when they denied that indeed biometric verification machines had not really been stolen. They mentioned that there were kits that were stolen, including laptops, and not biometric verification machine that contained data, as Haruna Idrisu said. Okay. So it is not a complete denial that the EC, because he said the EC came to deny that indeed there were nothing that were missing, but there is a statement on the EC's page on not on Facebook but on their website that indeed, as Haruna Idrisu mentioned, it is not entirely correct. There were things that were missing, but they were laptops and so on. This case has gone to court, as you rightly mentioned, and the people in charge, because there are CCTV footages at the place. So when it happened, when they were doing routine, because as politicians we get information from almost all state institutions that we really will want to get the state information, even if you will even want to get it straight. Because of the passage of the right to information bill into law, you can still write for them to really give you that information. So they said that they were doing routine maintenance of their devices. They saw that there were some laptops were missing and some few other items. So they went quickly to check on their CCTV camera, and they were able to really identify 4 people. And when they identified them, these are laborer, 1 person, an IT person, and the rest were just laborers and a watchman. And they are saying that these machines are immaterial. They cannot do anything if they are not connected and activated. That's what the EC is telling us. Again, the EC does not do anything in secrecy. Even the procurement of all these machines, we had our representatives there. Printing of ballot papers, we have our representatives. There is no single operation of the EC that happens in this country without the EC inviting political parties to bring reps, even printing of ballot papers. Okay. The most important, that's the reason I said, tell the people of this country what you'll be able to do to really win the elections. Elections are won at the polling stations, as Afarijan had told us earlier, that elections are won at the polling station. You remember in 2016, we antagonized the EC official as an MP, as an MPP, as a party. We antagonized them, did all these things, but we made sure that we had messages tailored towards every Ghanaian. To the extent that the time that we even antagonized them was the time that we won the election that never happened in the history of this country, with over 1 million gap. So as a political party, be serious enough to tell the people of this country what you'll be able to do, not to antagonize the EC, because we've seen this over the years, and it has not profited anyone. You are now talking about missing 3 or 4 laptops, and you are making a lot of you and cry to the extent that you organize a huge press conference to sit down and ask all these questions, laying allegations and so on. The MPP do not need the EC to win any elections in this country, as I told you in 2016 how it happened. Tell the people of this country what you'll be able to do. The time that you used to organize this press conference, you could have used that time to tell the people of this country what you'll be able to do. Why? In 2012, you brought people from South Africa and Israel to even transmit our results. When we said it, the EC said it's not true. Superlock Technologies. In 2016, they transmitted all the results, but we still won.
No, but what's wrong with that? You're saying as if it was something suspicious going on.
I'm saying that. What I'm only telling you is that the EC has come out to say that these equipment are just mere equipment until they are connected.
Okay.
These are mere equipment until they are connected, and they are not connected. They are just doing routine maintenance, because before they even deploy them, they will have to connect them.
Yeah.
And they are saying that it is only one that has some data in it. The rest don't even have anything in it.
Okay, but the challenge is that it's not the verification device that we're worried about. It's the registration system that have been stolen. Do you understand? So
EC said the
yes.
registration system has not been stolen. In their statement, they said that there is no registration system that has been stolen.
No, but according to the facts of the case,
Yes.
5 Dell laptops.
Yes.
Okay, part of the biometric voter registration kits, which comprise laptop, printer, scanner, battery, and biometric devices. Okay, so the 5 Dell laptops, which were part of the kits,
Yes.
are the ones that are missing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, these laptops, can they not be used to do registration?
They said they can be used to do registration, and when it is connected to do the registration. Not that today they are not doing anything; they are just doing routine maintenance. When you check, they said the commission registration data systems are incapable of manipulating elections outcomes as suggested by the NDC. They said these are things that when you read parts of their statement. I'm not defending the EC. But theft happens almost in any office. The most important thing is those who have really stolen it have been identified, and they are facing trial. You got it? What I'm saying is that if you need all this information, President Akufo-Addo is magnanimous enough to pass the right to information bill into law, something that started in 1998 first draft. It took only Akufo-Addo to do that. You could have written to the EC for them to supply you with this information. But you go sit on, for 2 hours, you get the General Secretary sitting to talk about 3 or 4 laptops that had been stolen that are not connected to any system. Okay. That's why I'm telling you that.
Okay. But,
yes.
But their issue is, once you knew that things were gone from your system, why do you wait till one party comes to, quote unquote, blow the alarm? Why do you wait to blow the alarm?
Well,
it then raises questions about your true intentions, and that's what they're worried about.
So they are saying that they detected that these machines were missing. According to them, they detected that these machines were missing. As to when they made the report to the police and so on, that they did not even provide the details.
Okay.
These details are essential. That's why I'm saying that you don't have to blow this out of proportion by going to spend 2 hours, organize the media to explain to this media and ask the question in the media when you know the media cannot give you these answers.
Okay.
There are processes to go for the answers. And the processes are that you can even write
to the Electoral Commission.
To the Electoral Commission seeking information. Again, we have officials who aid us over there. I remember the last time the person in charge from MPP who goes there is Dr. Okoboy, and Dr. Ayeni is also the one from the NDC who does a lot of work with the EC when they are doing even procurement. When they are buying anything in this country, you have NDC MPP people sitting there to aid them do all these things. So if you think these are necessary questions that you want to ask, you don't ask the media. You write to them, and they will give you the right information.
All right, okay, fantastic. Any response to that, or we can move on?
You see, in the first place, it is just illogical for my brother to sit here and belittle the relevance of the media and to want to belittle the importance. What is the essence of holding a press conference? Unless he has no appreciation of its intent and purpose. And so if you think that 2 hours is being wasted or 3 hours is being wasted having a presser to address the matter, had the NDC not done that, how would the media have known about this? What is the purpose of information dissemination? And do you think, you see, you are parochial in thinking that everything just evolves around you. The NDC, unlike you, feels that Ghanaians must always know things that happen. And there's a need for every Ghanaian to be updated about matters of this nature. This whole cock and bull story the EC is telling about the device cannot do this and all that, how true is that even when we cannot take your words for it? You recall when we had to buy these devices and they told us one of the reasons why it was so expensive was because of the facial detection. During the 2020 registration and electoral process, did we use that? Nothing of that sort. What happened? So we have squared pegs in round holes who have been deceiving us for the longest time. It was not used at all.
Those who did not have the lips
no, it was not
were
used.
able to use it.
No,
How were they verified?
They were taken through manual verification. They were taken through manual verification.
In the last
there was
registration,
no
we did do
facial
manual
detection.
verification
Yes,
as well, so.
they were not. You get it. So it is as and when a matter arises, then they find a convenient response to want to give. It is the more reason why, don't forget, the NDC cannot be policing the EC alone and all the time. So you need to make sure that the publics whose taxes are being used to finance the EC are also abreast with what is happening. It is one more reason why we feel that even where we've gotten to now, the parliament or the minority through parliament should begin to call for a proper audit of the IT infrastructure of the Electoral Commission before any major exercise. So we can tell the integrity of the IT system of the EC. We have every reason to believe that it may have been even the case that they have been compromised. They could even be so compromised that they do not even know themselves.
Yeah.
Because if devices leave your premise and it took you this long to appreciate the truth of that matter, and you are saying it can, until it is connected. Connected to what? Software? Are you telling me that softwares cannot easily be manipulated by people from within and outside? When we are aware of all the shenanigans that are ongoing, and you see, don't make it look as if the NDC does not have a message for the people. It does not take only 2 hours out of 365 days times 4 in that period to communicate all what you have to tell Ghanaians. We have enough time to still tell Ghanaians a lot of what we want them to do.
Okay.
So you should not be so concerned about what our message is and what. But then you should have rather been saying that 2 hours we spent, you spent it to tell Ghanaians about this, and that, and you believe it is inherent to your benefit.
Okay.
If we are failing, you should leave us to that. But you see, the EC must be put right where it belongs. You are an umpire in a match. You are supposed to be seen to be very unbiased, to be fair, objective, and very transparent. And therefore, if you are giving reasons for one party to doubt your fairness, there's absolutely reason for that party to raise concerns to be addressed. And that is the major concern we are all talking about here.
Okay, fair enough. So just for quick clarification, the EC actually has a press release on their website. It's 12 questions that they've answered on the website, and that's what Awal was making reference to. You can go over and read it. It's called Q&A on claims of missing BVDs, right? So it's the 12 questions that they've answered.
Surprisingly, they are very aware of the major 35 concerns we raised, which are the very critical ones. You see, Ghanaians want to know, when did it happen? At what time? What did the CCTV footage show you? What are the serial numbers? Have there been any changes ever since you took custody of them? That is the major reason why Parliament needs to seek an audit of the IT infrastructure of the EC to allay all fears. If not, then there are reasons to have doubt about the integrity of the system and the people manning the system.
Okay.